All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and today we're taking a look at a watch that, to be honest with you, when this watch came into the channel here just recently, it kind of set me back a bit because, I look at a lot of watches here on the channel, guys. I get a lot of watches in to look at, and I think a lot of things are beautiful, but I'm a very objective reviewer. I want to show you guys the watches. I want to show you guys the features that are there on those watches and then move along. I try to keep my subjectivity out of the videos, but I have to admit this watch came in and guys, I was a bit taken back because I just really love pretty much everything about this watch. When I pulled it out of the box and started looking at it, I was kind of enamored and kind of fell in love with it. So I don't want to sound too gushy and overboard about it, but it's a really, really cool watch. A brand new watch. York and Front is an absolutely brand new company. As a matter of fact, this is their first watch. I do believe this is actually a prototype watch, so to actually make me feel all gushy is pretty impressive right off the bat with this watch. But there's a whole lot of things going, for this watch that I want to get into here just to tell you about it. So you got a 38 millimeter case from side to side, which recently, guys, I've been putting on 38 millimeter watches and realizing how good they fit my 7-inch wrist. Now, for some, that might be a bit small, but 38 millimeters is just really a classic size watch, especially in this style of a watch. And we'll kind of get more into the styling here in a second. 38 from side to side, of course, not including the crown. You got 44 from lug tip to lug tip. Comes in at a nice 12 millimeters of thickness, including this sapphire crystal on the watch. And you've got a 20 millimeter lug opening. So the watch is, like I said, the brand new watch from York and Front Watch Company. And they've really made some excellent, excellent decisions as far as the execution on this watch goes. Now, it's available in two different dial configurations. This is the black dial. There is also a white dial. I tend to prefer the black dial. There's one really big reason, and I'll kind of talk to you about that here in a minute. But also, specs-wise, this watch is running the Sellita SW200. That is a 26 joule movement, 28,800 vibrations per hour, so it's a good high-beat movement. Swiss-made movement. Comes in at a minimum of 38 hours power reserve. It's hacking and hand windable. One of the really cool things about this particular movement in these watches, usually the SW200 is a date model watch. They've removed the date from this watch, and not only that, they've removed the date position from the stem on the crown, so you don't have that phantom or what people often refer to as the ghost position on the crown. Very neat that they took the time to do that. A lot of people don't do that. And I think it's really important because when you're working the stem on a watch like this and you get to that date position, why didn't they just take that out of there? It just has to do with the stem. And so it's not that big of a deal, but they did do that on this watch. I think that's great. The case on the watch is 316L stainless steel, which you can see employs a combination of brushing and polishing. That bezel is nicely polished there. The mid case has a lot of brushwork done on it, but the beveled edge there that leads to your pierced lugs does have some nice polish work done to it. From the side, you can see the signed crown on the watch a little bit there. And flipping it over and taking a look at the case back, you can see the York and Front logo there on the back. Lets you know the specifics on this watch would happen to be 100 meters of water resistance. So really a great overall field watch if you think about it. And it tells you there's a sapphire crystal and that automatic Swiss movement in here. So taking a closer look at the dial, and this is what I really like about the watch. Now you have very classic, field dial styling on this watch. You have the Arabic numerals, which are brushed applied numerals at, all around at each position there. Then you have the 60-minute track outside here. One of the things I really like about the black dial is they have the white minute track just around the outside of the dial, as you can see there. Beautiful, clean baton hands with syringe tips on it. You can see reach out nicely to the minute track, almost completely to the minute track there, but your sweeping second hand does reach all the way out there with that nice red tip. BGW9 Superluminova is used on the dial of this watch, so towards the end of the video, we'll get the lume shot, excuse me, guys. So let's go ahead and zoom back out. So like I said, 38 millimeters, the size of it's very nice. Premium, what appears to be a very premium leather strap here with quick release pins. You have brushed hardware on the buckle with the York and Front logo there. Let's go ahead and pause this and get this watch on my 7-inch wrist. Well, I've said it before recently, and I'm going to say it again, the 38 millimeter watch looks really good on my 7-inch wrist. This watch being no exception, just a whole lot of nice stuff going on with this watch. Excellent field watch. You have 100 meters of water resistance. You have Superluminova on this watch, so it's going to glow all night. So it really fits that category as a field watch. Now, we'll talk a little bit about the price point on this watch. These are available, I think, for pre-order fairly soon. Like I said, this is a prototype watch, and I'm not exactly sure of the actual release date of this watch. At the website, which I will leave a link down below, they let you know that this is available for pre-order soon. The list price on this watch is going to be $590 US. Now, I know a lot of people are going to choke on that a little bit. You start thinking about a Hamilton khaki and whatnot that you can get for a lower price. But there's a whole lot of neat stuff going on this watch. The SW200 is a great movement, even though you're probably going to get a Powermatic 80 or whatnot in a Hamilton. So you need to kind of do your thinking there, but I think this is just a really neat, great all-around watch. The fact that they've removed that ghost position from the stem really kind of lets you know they're thinking about it. This is a double dome sapphire crystal on this watch that is slightly boxed on the edge, so it adds really a nice effect to that. And as you can see, at 12 millimeters of thickness, it fits on my wrist really perfect. I think I need to get myself a 38 millimeter watch, guys. What do you think? So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and pause it, and let's go out with that lume shot. All right, so it said BGW9 for the lume on the watch. I'm not quite sure what is actually loomed on here, if there's any lume on the dial besides the hands itself. Oh yeah, it looks like there's nice lume pips out there towards the edge of the indices, and man, look at that thing glow. Nice bright glow. Looks like the lume is applied very, very heavily on the hands of this watch, but really, really good looking watch from York and Front. Guys, I'll leave a link down below in the description where you can find these watches at. Look into pre-ordering one. Guys, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. All right, thanks, guys.